Hello, my name is Candace Copeland, and today I'm going to be doing a lesson based off MA 19.4.14a, which is explain that comparison of the fractions is valid when the two fractions refer to the same whole. In MA 19.4.14, compare fractions with different numerators and denominators. So we are looking at a student misconception that is, they felt like 2/3 plus 1/2 should equal 3/5. And I believe the reason they got this was because they multiplied right across both the numerator and, not multiplied, they added right across both the numerator and the denominator. And I could see where they would have this misconception because they're probably used to adding like denominators, and so they felt like they just needed to add both of them straight across. So this is a wonderful opportunity to teach them least common denominators. So the first thing I would do is I would show them. I would say, okay, let's look at what each one of these looks like. So each one of these fractions looks like. So this is what 2/3 looks like. And I made these out of construction paper, and I used the same circle template so they would all be the same as far as the same diameter. Okay, so this is what 2/3 looks like. Okay, and then this is what 1/2 looks like. So I would show them. Okay, so if we're going to add 2/3 to 1/2, what's up? That looks like more than a whole, doesn't it? This is a lot. First of all, they're not compatible, are they? You can't fit this in just right and have a certain amount left over. So we would need to find a way to fix that. So this is what 3/5 looks like. This looks very different than what these two added together looks like, doesn't it? It does. So let's look at how we can turn them to where they all are the same size pieces. And then we can fit them together and figure it out a little bit better. Okay, so first thing we need to do is we need to find our least common denominator. So our least common denominator is a denominator, a number that can be divided by both denominators. So how do we typically find that? Well, that's what we can do is we can multiply. We're going to multiply every number in the first one by first fraction by the denominator in the second. So that would be 2 times 2 equals 4, and 3 times 2 equals 6. So that would be our new first fraction is 4/6. And then we would do the same, only it would be using this number. And it would be 1 times 3 equals 3, and 2 times 3 equals 6. And so our new fraction for our new second fraction would be 3/6. So then we're going to add the numerator. Now that we have the same number in the denominator, our least common denominator of 6, we can add. So now this looks a lot more familiar, because we have a common denominator. So what we're going to do is we're going to add straight across the numerator. 4 plus 3 equals 7. And so we have 7/6. So what do we have to do next? Well, we need to simplify. We are going to simplify by, what do we do there? We turn it into the most simplest version. So we have 7/6. So how much is that? Well, if we had a bar with 6, which because our denominator is 6. If we had a bar here with 6 slots, we could fill up all 6 of them and have 1 left over. And what's that? That'd be 1/6. So we have 1 and 1/6. I think they would probably, my feedback would be, I would try to be just as positive as could be. I would, you did really good thinking when you was adding the numerator. We just need to fix the denominator. We just have to find the least common denominator. And I would also like help them with some practice problems, and I would have more of these, and I would let them like kind of use them as they were doing the problem. Like I would have where they could fit after they changed everything to a like denominator, where they could put the pieces together and see how much differently it looked. Thank you so much for coming to my lesson.